Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Medicare Space Live Show. My name is Victoria Cabrera, and thank you so much for joining in every 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on Fridays. I almost forgot because we were not here last week, right?
That's right. We weren't.
We were, well, I wasn't. Wait, I was like, why weren't you here? I wasn't here.
We were here. You weren't here. You weren't
in
vacation. Show me your tan.
Let's see.
She's about to get another tan.
I'm about to get another tan in a few days, but I think I got that Belize tan, that island.
The island.
The island.
Is it like a Jamaican situation
it's
going
Caribbean,
down there?
It's like pieces of Mexico because people down there speak Spanish, but it's also like Caribbean island vibes.
So like
too.
Maybe like some of those Jamaican migrated there.
I don't know.
That's how you get that whole vibe.
Maybe, yeah.
Jamaican me crazy.
Jamaican, believe it or not. That was like, there's all these little things. Believe it. You better believe it.
Well, it's like people in Louisiana, right? They have that Creole because it's like black and French.
Yeah.
And so they have like that funny, weird accent.
Yeah.
So I always think it's so interesting.
Yeah. No, I really did like it. The only thing is, they are on Belize time, so everybody's not very urgent. Good morning, island girls. Good morning, island girl. Well, I was trying to call my sister Priscilla because today is her birthday.
Aww.
And she kept giving me the what is it called? The ignore button.
Oh, she was ignoring you.
What was the other? What is it
Declined.
called? The decline. She declined
She was
my call.
She was declining you. She
Why?
was canceling you.
So as soon as you come on, Priscilla, put a little heads up so we can sing you happy birthday. Okay,
Yes.
that's how we're gonna sing you happy birthday.
Yes.
So yes, I am back. But who do we have next to us this beautiful Friday morning?
Sylvia Toscano here. Good morning, San Antonio.
I love it. I love it. That's her. What's it called? Like
Her tagline.
Her tagline.
Yeah.
And who do
Yeah.
we have next to what? Okay, go.
Who
I'm
are
going to
you?
make my next comment, but who do we have next to Sylvia
No, make the
Toscano?
comment. I want to hear it first before I say it.
You guys are wearing black and white, but you're wearing polka dots and you're wearing stripes.
I love polka
I don't
dots.
wear polka dots. So for a reason, because when I was a big girl, I used to wear polka dots all the time. And I promised Lorenzo I would never wear a polka dot shirt ever again.
Really? Even if they're little
swear.
polka dots?
No,
These are tiny.
it reminds me. I feel like that's the only clothes that I could find when I was that big. I was like a size 18, and I would go to the store where they sold clothes for bigger people.
Uh-huh.
But I felt like it was always polka dotted.
Really?
Yes. So now I won't wear polka dots.
Sylvia,
No, I'm not calling you big.
What
I'm just
size
saying.
is it?
I'm saying when I went, if this was back like
Okay. All
early
right.
2000s.
Early insults.
It was early 2000s. No, the polka dots look good
And
on you.
I love polka dots. Valerie's always making fun of me because I always buy. Look, I have a new blouse or a new dress. She's like polka dots again.
Okay, that's how I was when I was
I
was at that stage in my
But
life.
I wear the
Polka
small
dots all the time.
size.
I've never worn a polka dot in my life.
Really?
Okay? No.
I was
I
going to
love
tell
polka
you,
dots.
I was looking at the picture that we took for the podcast that was in the newspaper,
Mhm.
and I was going to say, you lost weight.
Really?
For real.
I've been,
Really?
I've been walking for 2 weeks.
I was thinking
and
about
I've
you
been
this
doing
morning.
really good. I didn't go to the gym yesterday because I was in Van Army and it took forever. And
You were
but
in an army?
I was in Van Army.
Oh, you were
She
in
was
an army.
in an army.
I was in an army. I was
The
a
polka dot
sergeant.
army?
They were all wearing polka dots.
Oh, Rio.
You know what I think about?
Oh,
I think about that song, that itty bitty
Oh, my itsy bitsy
teeny weeny
polka dot bikini, yellow polka dot
that I
bikini.
wore for the first
First
time
time.
today. I was thinking about that. song.
Yeah. I could never do that. Itty bitty polka dot anything. Yeah, one toe maybe. That's it. With fit.
You will never catch me in polka dots. I don't think. If you can find a picture, my mom maybe somewhere. If there's ever a polka dot picture, that would probably be the only one. You will never see me wearing polka dots ever, ever, ever. Not even stripes. Maybe stripes. I don't know.
Okay, so
Stripes
it's
like
really hard.
this.
Yes, so
Yes,
for the girls
definitely.
out there, stripes like this horizontally
Mhm.
is more flattering. But
Mhm.
it's really hard to find blouses that are like horizontally. Everything's vertical.
Why
so
do
it's
they
like-
do that? If they know that
Wait, no,
people,
know.
this is vertical, horizontal.
if they know that people look thinner with stripes,
because they're
going-
trying to sabotage you.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're trying the fashion industry is trying to sabotage you.
So you can buy
And
more
I don't
clothes.
mean you, I mean like us,
So-
like as a women.
so
like
we
as
can
a-
buy more clothes.
Yes, exactly.
That's it.
So I felt sabotaged when they told me I could shop at Forever 21 forever.
I like that.
There was a meme one time. The guy was like,
Aw.
"Okay, girl, you're shopping at Forever 21, but you're really 30. Like you need to not be shopping."
Well,
there.
I will say I was still shopping at Forever 21 well into my early 30s.
Yeah, me too.
And then I started not fitting into the Forever 21. So I was like, dang, I got to go to the second floor at Macy's and Dillard's.
But I like to go in there and I know they give me the look. So if they ask me, can I help you? Oh, I'm looking something for my daughter, for my granddaughter.
You're all throwing them under the bus.
Yes.
You're all this.
I mean,
is
I'm not going to
not
buy
for
anything,
me.
but I like their style and I
No.
can look at what they have and stuff. But yeah, then I go to Macy's second floor.
Now I try to make myself feel better and go to like Nordstrom's or Neiman
Yes.
Marcus just to be like, okay, if I buy more like one pieces, not a lot of clothes, just like one piece. That's why you always see
like
me
a
wearing the
staple.
Yeah, like I'm trying to do so I talked to Carmenza. I was like, babe, I really want to do like minimalist stuff, but I want good quality stuff.
Mhm.
But then she gets mad because then I buy expensive stuff and I just throw it in my closet everywhere. And like she's like, babe, like what the heck? Like you need to hang this or
Well, we
like
were
put your
just
shoes
talking.
up.
We were just talking about that, right? Okay, so we all know I have a purse obsession, so I like purses.
A what?
Right? Purse.
Oh, purse.
But I was telling Desiree the other day, we were talking about fashion all the time, and I said, I get it. People like expensive things, but you don't see Jeff Bezos walking around with all these name brand things. It is expensive, but it doesn't have like the brand plastered everywhere.
Well, however, if you look at some of the shirts he wears, those are like $500 or $600
exactly,
shirts.
but you don't know that. It doesn't
Yeah.
really have like
Mhm.
Louis Vuitton
The name on
or
it and
like
stuff.
Gucci plaster.
Yeah.
I think it's a little tacky. I mean, I think there's certain
Hey,
staple
hey.
pieces that you can wear, like tennis shoes and like a belt. It doesn't have to be like all, you know what I mean? That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what you mean by minimalist. Like, you're going to have a nice pair of shoes. Like, his girlfriend was wearing the Steve McQueen's, and I knew those were it with like a nice white dress. But I'm sure the dress.
Alexander McQueen's.
Yeah.
You keep calling him Steve McQueen. Isn't
thinking about the car.
the Cars movie?
Was it the salad dressing?
No. Alexander McQueen is
I know, but he also has salad dressing, Steve McQueen.
really?
Doesn't he?
I don't know.
No, Alexander McQueen is a designer.
Yes.
I know,
or
but
was
Steve
a designer.
McQueen
Yeah,
doesn't
he
have
passed away.
salad dressing.
And he's also in the movie of Cars, right?
It's Steve McQueen is a race car driver.
Yeah,
Huh?
and he makes a salad dressing.
Okay, that's
Lightning
from Cars.
McQueen.
That's
Yes.
from Cars. Okay.
Anyway, guys, good morning. How are you
Good
guys
morning.
doing? We are so happy to always have you on. Thank you so much for supporting the show, liking it, loving it. The more you comment, the more you love it, the more engagement we get. That's how Facebook algorithm works. If you're on LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever you're coming in from, leave your comments. We love to engage with our audience. We love that you're always showing up for us, and we just love being here. So,
Yes.
What?
I'm sorry.
She wants to go back
Let's go, everyone.
earlier. So
She's like, let's go back to talking about me, okay? Please.
One time only.
One
No, just
time.
playing.
One time. I'm gonna be.
In Bagam.
Oh my god!
Oh God.
What is wrong with Sylvia this morning? Are
I
you
don't know.
okay?
She's excited. She's been able to.
Hot.
Did you-
I'm having a
She's
hot
been
flash.
such a helper bee this week. So,
Yeah, you've been killing
she's been
it.
out there.
Been out
You've
there.
been
killing it.
You've been out there in the streets
You
helping our
think
seniors.
You
Be
think
the
it's
street.
because you're working out and you lost the weight that you've got more energy?
No, I always have energy. I do. I'm always my brother.
No, but
is-
you're always, you got to
I'm
admit
dying
though,
of
when you
heat.
work
I'm
out,
having a hot flash.
when you
Okay.
work out, it gives you more energy.
No, I always have energy. My
Ugh.
brother is living with me.
Whatever. I'm trying to prove a point. She's killing me over
he
here.
always freaks out because I'm up early. Well, not early. I'm up by 8, but I'm all day long. I'm always doing something. I'll have the
Yeah.
TV on, but I never sit down and really watch anything. And so
Yeah.
I'm always cleaning, doing something. He's like, "Did you ever sit down?" I'm like, "I can't."
Yeah,
That's me all the time. I did feel bad after I got sick a couple of months ago. That's why I'm taking the B12.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
So
like, you
it's
feel
giving me,
like you're
I'm
getting
back to my old energy way. Cause
Yeah.
for like a month there, I just felt like I
And
felt
you're
like if I
not, you don't
was
have that cough
dragging.
anymore. That cough.
Yeah,
The smoker's cough.
yes,
Anymore. The smoker's cough.
I do get it when I eat peanuts. Remember I was telling you?
Mhm.
So I'm trying
this
not
whole
to
time
eat
she had a peanut
peanuts.
allergy and she's choking.
No, I always eat peanuts, but I've noticed that in the last couple of months, every time I eat peanuts, I start
Yeah,
coughing
that
a little
sounds
bit,
like an
you know?
allergy.
but it just started. I'm saying I
That's
never
what I'm
had
saying. It happens. People like
I don't
come
like
up.
I don't like that at
what
all.
Is it? They start to get they become allergic to certain things as they get older, like things they did.
Do we have
I'm
any
still gonna
doctors
eat
in the
them.
house listening? Do we have
I
any?
love peanuts.
Do we have any doctors in the house listening that can verify? I mean, I'm pretty sure Adriana is right.
I think I do because I've noticed that.
So
when
what
I
you're
do
saying
eat
is
it,
we need to start carrying around an EpiPen so we can just be
I-
like,
you know what?
eventually,
I've always told Carmenza, babe, we need in my early years, I was like, we need. I was telling her we need an EpiPen, and she's like, why do we need an EpiPen? This was a while back, not recently. And I was like, because what if I have an allergic reaction that I don't know about? She's like, you don't have any allergies, and I'm like, but what if what if
I do? And we don't have an EpiPen.
Uh,
I'm gonna die.
we went to the grill a couple of years ago we always go eat somewhere for
What, give me one.
Oh.
I'm getting hot too now. You're making me hot.
Oh,
She's giving me hot flashes.
For
Your
Easter.
hot flashes are rubbing up on me.
It happens all the
I
time.
need to get y'all some fans.
For Easter, we always go eat at the grill or nice restaurant. And my daughter was sitting down. She was eating shrimp, and my mom's really allergic to it. And so we always make sure every time we go eat, don't get any. We always tell the waiter and the manager, the whole 9 yards. And so she was sitting next to my mom and she put her fork down and my mom accidentally picked it up. And so
She's that allergic?
So she always carries the EpiPen in her car. So she went out there. But I mean, you're right. It happens, it can happen that quick
Do you guys know why flamingos are pink?
Yes, because of the shrimp. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I totally killed that for you. I should be like, no.
I thought I knew something. I thought I knew something that nobody knew.
That is something nobody once cares about.
In the comments, did you know why flamingos are pink? Like without Googling, I didn't know this until I went to the zoo with my nieces and nephews that flamingos become pink because they eat so many shrimp. And that's how they get their pink color from the shrimp.
Yeah, I thought that was.
But Adriana already knew that.
I didn't know that. I know a bunch
So
of
what if
weird
they don't
random
eat a lot of
things.
shrimp
Well, that's what they eat.
That's their food. That's what they eat. They wouldn't eat anything else.
What
at
if-
all?
No,
Okay.
Sylvia.
I know that.
I don't know, but that's
Yeah, we don't know.
Mm,
Something new we learned today.
yeah.
Information for you out there, guys.
So
Yeah.
your poor mom's allergic to shrimp, and
Yeah,
and so
If I was allergic to shrimp, I don't know what. I love shrimp.
I do too. I could eat it every day.
Yes, I love seafood.
speaking of seafood, in Belize, everything is fresh. Like they will literally, like they're in lobster season right now, so they can literally kill the lobster from the ocean, bring it, and they have it. Like they have fresh lobster, and they just pull them in, and they're throwing them on the barbecue pit.
Wow.
I have pictures. I should have put them on here, but we'll post them in our Instagram later. But yeah, so and the lobsters there, they don't have the claws. They're just the ones with the little like.
Huh.
They don't have the
They don't
claw.
have-
They're like the things like this, right?
Wait, that's a lobster, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lobster.
Yeah, those are not the Caribbean lobsters don't have those claws. Did y'all know? Good morning.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Another informative information.
I'm just learning all
Another-
kinds
are
of
just
stuff.
learning
She's
everything.
just dropping knowledge bombs on y'all this
I'm not
morning.
Yeah.
just dropping unnecessary
I don't know
knowledge.
when you're gonna use them.
Hey,
but
you
in the
might.
event-
So I
in
told
event-
Desiree the other day because she's like, "Oh my god, I don't know why you listen to podcasts, blah blah blah, all this stuff." And I was like, "Girl, you never know when you run into somebody, and you literally could be having a conversation with somebody about something that you're like learned years ago.
Yeah.
So it's good to always stay informed and knowledgeable on everything.
Mhm.
You know,
I always like to learn odd stuff, so when I'm at a party, I sound smart. Did y'all know?
did you know that
Flamingos
flamingos were pink
only
because they
eat
eat shrimp? And she goes like this. She doesn't have her glasses on. And she's like, "Hold on. Hey guys, did y'all know?"
I'm cross-eyed.
She's kind of cross-eyed. And that lobsters in Belize
Don't have
claws.
Don't have claws.
and they're like brown. Yeah. So anyway,
They're brown.
Well, they're always right. They're always like brownish anyway.
I think they only turn red when you cook them.
Yeah. And did y'all
Yeah.
know? No, I'm just joking.
Did you know that they turn red when you cook them?
And do you know that they're delicious with butter?
Good morning, everybody. Yes, unfortunately, I was in Belize last week, and typically when I'm not here, we don't have the show. I do need to teach y'all how to use this stuff, so that way.
Well, I guess I'll be doing it by myself next Friday because neither one of y'all are going to be here.
That's right.
Next
Good luck
week.
with that.
Next week, we're doing a little company trip to Cancun, which is going to be really, really fun.
Mhm.
Looking forward to it. Because Belize didn't have the beaches that Cancun does. Cancun has like the white sands, the blue water. Belize didn't have the beaches that
That you were hoping for.
I took my health exam last week, passed with 80. Oh wow, congratulations. That's so yes, that's a big accomplishment. Be
Yes,
very, very
that's
proud of
awesome.
yourself.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Is a, that's just the first step, right? The first step is get excited, take it in, soak in the wind,
Mhm.
and then now get prepared for the next steps to come.
I
Right?
remember
Yeah.
when I called you, I was crying. I left the test place and I called you and I called my husband and then he's like, why are you crying? I was like, I passed. And then I called Victoria and I was crying.
Uh-huh.
And I told her, and then it was literally like, well, then you got to do this.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got to do this. and I was like, what? I thought it was done. I thought that was it. I thought it was it. I can sell insurance now.
I'm ready to go.
I kind of rained on her little parade that she had going. No, I was super happy in the moment, and I was like, okay, now we got to buckle up, and now the roller coaster ride
Yeah.
starts.
Yes,
And you
thank
know what?
God.
That's what when I passed, as soon as I left, I called Carlos Cardenarias.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Carlos, if you're out there. And that's what he said. Okay, now we're ready for a test because I took it and I passed it in October. It was like October the 1st. So
Oh,
AP
okay.
was coming.
Oh, shoot.
So he's like, okay, you've got to start taking these tests and this and this and this. Back then, I was only selling to
carriers.
carriers, so it was okay.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, okay, come to the office. We're gonna have to start taking your tests and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, let me enjoy my happiness
Yeah.
for today.
Well, the good news is take the weekend,
Mhm.
enjoy it,
Yes, soak
and,
it all in.
and start setting a plan
Celebrate.
of action for sure.
Yeah.
Because it definitely is important to have the right people by your side.
Oh, absolutely. Because I don't know
Mhm.
what I would have done without Victoria if she hadn't helped guide me through this. Because there's a lot of people who are alone and don't
Oh,
have
yeah.
a team or
Mhm.
somebody to guide them through the
Mhm.
process. It's a very tedious thing. You have a lot of stuff to do.
It
yeah, and I'm
is.
not the nicest person. Okay, so
She
is.
is. She pretends.
I'm
She's
just
really
very
nice.
passionate and caring about the people
Passionate.
that work with me. So I sometimes want it more than them, but I gotta sometimes I'm like, okay, gotta scale it back a little bit, But when you're independent, you
horse.
have to be as independent agents, for
Take
those of you.
initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something that you have to set for yourself, right? I was talking to somebody the other day and I was like, look, if you leave a corporate job or if you leave a 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 or 10 to whatever you're working, you cannot leave that mindset because
Yeah.
some people leave the corporate life to say, okay, I'm going to be freedom and do whatever the heck I want. And I'm going to work on a beach and blah, blah, blah. Well, that don't come till later. Let me tell you,
Like a couple years later.
well, like 10
Even
years
years,
later,
yeah.
tens of years later, right? Even some of my friends that are in the industry that are very, 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 very successful, multi-million-dollar businesses, they don't even take breaks. I mean, it's because we love the business so
well,
much.
you were in
And you have
Belize
to
still
work.
working, girl. So I don't think it ever turns off. She
Yeah.
goes yesterday. She left the office at like 3:00. She goes, I'm gonna go home work a little bit. I'm like, really? We all know you're gonna work all night long. So I don't
Yeah.
even know why you're lying to us.
Actually, I did go home and I didn't work. I was very surprised of myself. I was just
Was
so
Mila
tired.
staring at you and giving you that look?
Oh,
She was, yeah. But when like I said, when you leave a corporate job, you have to keep that mentality of working that schedule, that 9 to 5, that 8 to 6,
Well, I
that
think
whatever it's going to be.
I think it's more than that. I think it's a discipline, right?
Mhm.
So like
Yeah.
a lot of times I haven't really said like I hated my job. I think I've lately come to understand that I was just unhappy it wasn't for me anymore. But I'm also very grateful and
Mhm.
thankful for all that I learned and that I was taught. So I think a lot of the times I was like, oh, I definitely don't want to be like that person. So let me do the opposite, right? I worked with a lot of amazing people. I had a lot of great opportunities. So I don't ever want to be like, oh, they're horrible company, this, that, or the other. It's just, they weren't going in the direction that I wanted to head in. And that was my time to exit gracefully. And, you know, right. I worked to the very last minute. My last day was on a Friday. My shift ended at 2:00. I worked all the way till 2:00.
Yeah.
Because for me, I don't believe in burning bridges and being ugly and leaving a place horribly. I think that because I was grateful, and I know that now, and I think I knew that then, is that I just was going to bow out gracefully and say, thank you. I appreciate it. And now I'm ready for the next chapter of my life.
And you never know when you're going to meet those people again, and your next opportunity in your next life, you know, working with another company, you know, you do run across the same people. Even with us, we might leave one company and we can't burn our bridges. We have to leave gracefully, because you never know when we're going to work with them again, or we're going to see them.
Well, we work with a lot of different insurance companies, so we have to like we're used to like having to be very like, what do you call it, unbiased, because we work with a lot of different insurance companies. All of them are so great in their own way, right? And we have a lot of friends in the industry. Like, I love that. But for those people that are leaving or even staying in a corporate job and transitioning to trying to do a side hustle, you got to treat that side hustle to almost the same way that you're treating the job. Now, if you're already checked out of your job, like there was a point where I was working corporate and I literally was walking with twitches every time I'd walk into the door.
That's what happens when she gets nervous.
I get a twitch in my eye, like my little twitch. So just know that it's
don't get to that point.
Don't get to the point. But when you're being an independent agent, solopreneur, business builder, whatever that might be, you have to put in the same type of work. You have to check. You can't wake up late, right? Make yourself a schedule. Like I try to get here at the very least by 9. Sometimes I get here at 9:08. 9:10.
Well, here's what I tell her. First of all, you're the owner of the agency. You can do whatever the hell you want. So nobody's going to tell you anything. Nobody's going to say, oh my God, Victoria, where are you at? It's 9:00. You're not here. Like, I will never tell her that. For me, it's like, you worked hard all these years. Like yes, you have to be disciplined, but allow yourself the grace to like sleep in a little bit, because you did work. You hustled really hard to get where you're at now, and it's never going to go away. I think it's embedded in you. I just think you should, give yourself a little bit more grace and be a little bit more.
But, you know, it's so hard, because when I had my restaurant, I worked 7 days a week, and I worked all day long till 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, because even when you're at home, you're thinking, you know what, I forgot to do this, or you know what, I'm going to call these people. You know, I've got a catering next July. You know, I've got to go do a tasting, and so all day long. And Sundays was my only day I was closed, but I was still doing the groceries, going to Restaurant Depot, buying the groceries for Monday. And so, I mean, it happens. And you know what? I loved it so much that to me, it wasn't work. It wasn't like, man, like my daughter would tell me, Mom, take a day off. It's like, yeah, but it's not like if I'm taking a day off, what I'm doing is my day off. This is what I love to do. And working hard all day long, I don't see it as work. I just saw it as happiness for me, because I was happy and it gave me a thrill. I was accomplishing something, you know.
I'm going to interrupt you real quick. Is Priscilla Killingsworth on the show?
Priscilla,
if you are, raise your hand, please, so that way we know.
Priscilla to the principal's office.
Priscilla
to the principal's office.
I just need to know. Let me know when you're on. Okay, just put and whoever's on here that knows her, if she's put that she's watching. I can't see who's actually watching the show unless you're commenting. So you should probably comment your name if you're on the show, because I can't see who's watching. And thank you guys so much for watching. We're having a great time. We always have a great time with each other on here. We were just chit-chatting about she's on.
Is she on?
Okay, guys, we're gonna sing. If y'all want to join us in singing a happy birthday to my older sister by like 12 months. Okay, ready? Y'all ready? And let's not scream, because okay, ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Priscilla. Happy birthday to you.
and many more. Thank you.
I didn't want to show. I don't want to show.
Week.
I didn't want to
That's
show
all.
y'all up, so I was kind of playing it down.
I was too. It's like I can't show him my actual saw, my actual boy.
Yeah, because then everybody would want to recruit me, and I
Yes,
don't want to leave here.
And I only do one show a week, so I can't do anymore. And it's only on Fridays, and then I'm off.
and it's in the evening,
in the
so
evening.
she's got to save her. She's got to save her voice for that.
If you want to wish Priscilla a happy birthday, go ahead and put a little love or love on the little the post there.
This is
Put the-
going to be your best year, babe. You got this.
Yep. And by the way, Priscilla did get her license recently.
Yes, she
and
did.
that's right.
Yes.
We're gonna get her going. We're gonna get her going down in Corpus.
Going to be a boss
Good,
babe.
good.
She's gonna yes. We're gonna get her a shirt that says "Boss
Yes.
Babe."
The boss,
Boss babe.
baby.
Boss
cannot-
beep.
Yeah.
How old are the twins now?
Which ones? There's two types. There are two twins now.
There's
The
two
most
sets of
recently.
The babies.
The babies, or how long has it been?
I'm
3
gonna
months?
say maybe 6-7 months.
Already?
No, it hasn't been.
I don't know. My
No.
sister would probably kill me, but I'm not good with baby
4
ages.
months?
Nor time.
No, I think I'm gonna say
He said they're in college.
I'm gonna say
now.
like 7-8 months. 7-8 months.
Are you sure? Maybe time goes by so fast. It's
It
already
does.
the
It's like
end
when
of
you
July.
It's like when you watch a soap opera and then like the baby that was just born yesterday is now like 10 years old.
yeah, and
and
it's
you're
only
like,
been 2 weeks.
Where did
What
this
happened?
baby grow
Yeah.
up?
Or
What
the
did I
10 year old's a 5-year-old still.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that
it's like
too.
whoa, it's been like 3
Oh,
years, and why are they
sorry.
the same
Okay,
age?
she said
I was way.
I was closer.
I was way
said
wrong.
4 months.
I said 3.
My mom said 3 months.
Okay,
Has
I
it
said
been
4.
that little?
Victoria is horrible at times. She thinks it's Sunday, sometimes on Fridays.
Yes, I do, and I think I'm 45.
Sometimes she thinks it's what is it? Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
fathers.
birthday, fathers on Father's Day.
It was your concussion symptoms that you had rubbed up
Yeah,
on
you
her.
were rubbing, and like your
It's
hot
a-
flashes were rubbing off on me
Exactly.
right
It's
now.
like this ET thing going with us all the time.
apparently.
Telekinesis.
Telekinesis.
That's so funny. Yeah, we've been hanging out too much.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So what's going on with you guys? Those listeners, what's going on there? Are y'all running into any issues with your insurance, with anything? Good morning, Eric. Good morning, Josie. Good morning, Norma. Good morning, Priscilla. Good morning, Dennis.
I think it's safe to say we're already on the topic. I think we've had the topic before, like just like having self-discipline, like for the people who are independent agents,
Mhm.
like getting with the right group of people, getting with the right leadership, kind of knowing, like, you know, it's funny because I prayed so hard because I wanted to leave my old job so bad. And I had applied at so many different jobs and I couldn't. And then finally, like my sister connected me with Victoria. And it was so funny because I was literally at work one day, I'll never forget it. And she like sent me the screenshot. She's like, hey. And then she's like, I already gave her your information. I'm like, this girl. I'm like, seriously? She's like, I already gave her your information. What do you think? And I'm like, oh yeah, it sounds cool. And then before you know it, I was in the office. I interviewed with her. I was like meeting with her. And it's funny because the whole time, like I wasn't really like telling people what was going on because I'm a big believer and I've heard this a lot before. Like, don't always tell people what you're doing because when you tell people what you're doing, they're going to tell you a couple of things. They're going to tell you you're crazy.
Yeah.
You're wrong. Why are you doing that? And you'll have very few people that'll be like, oh my God, that's great. That's a great decision. You're doing the best thing you can do. So like almost staying silent about it and moving with it and being like, okay, I'm going to do this for me and nobody else. And doing what's right for myself. And I knew that at that moment, I knew that it was right for me to just leave because I was like, I'm done.
And you're absolutely right. When I opened up my deli, one of my good friends, I'm still friends with her. I was telling them that I was going to open my deli and stuff. And we were in Vegas and there was 3 of us in the room. And I was telling them both that I was opening up this deli, that I was going to do this and that. And I saw from around the corner, she rolled her eyes at my other friend, but I could see her through the mirror.
You're all, I see you, girl.
You know, I never said anything until years later, but it's right. So you don't ever, years later, I
saw you roll your eyeballs at me in
Yes.
Vegas all those years ago.
It's true, but you're right. And even with your own good friends, the people that
And
you're
some
the
family members
closest
will
with,
tell you that. Yeah.
you know, sometimes you can't say too much of what you want to do in your future because there's always haters. you know, and maybe
Mhm.
not haters, but maybe they're, you know,
They want to
either
keep you where you're
jealous
at.
or
They don't want you to grow.
yeah, or they think, oh, she's not gonna do it and things like that. And so you're right. You just keep
So
it
what
to
does
a
it say?
minimum.
Work in silence, and let your success speak.
Yeah.
So like like
what did you say this morning? I
Oh,
loved it.
Go ahead. Tell us. Tell us.
I gotta give Adriana like. Did you make this up?
I did. I swear I made
Okay,
this up. Okay,
she's-
I come up with my best ideas. Tell them where.
Well, I'm not gonna say.
I have to go pee very bad. I drink a lot of water, right? Y'all can see all my cups here. I drink a lot of water. So I'm at my desk. I'm like, oh, hold my pee. Finally go pee. And I come back and I'm like, Victoria, I have a great idea.
When you release it, it comes to you.
So this morning I was walking and I've come to a conclusion that I do these walks/runs more for the benefit of my mental health than I do for losing weight. I think at this point, I really feel like I need them. So I'm walking, right? I'm feeling all the nature and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have a great quote. And this is mine. People don't steal it. And I was like, okay, so every morning I have a date with the sun and we meet and together we rise to shine.
Ooh,
I was
love
like,
it.
That would be good on the shirt. I'm
I
gonna tell
was
my
like,
daughter to make
yes.
your shirt say
every
that.
day.
So every day I have a date with the sun and then I put ... We meet and then together we rise to shine.
Dang,
I like that. I'm gonna
that's
tell my daughter. Send
good.
that to me so I can have my daughter make your t-shirt.
Yeah. So I was thinking about it and I was like, it's so like, cause I'm such like a philosophizer, right? It sounds funny. It's not a word, but I like very like metaphor, things that are double entendres, right? Like, so like things that can mean two things, right? So like I do every morning when I get up, the sun isn't up. I'm literally meeting the moon. And then I was like, how could I make the moon fit in this? I was like, we don't need the moon. We're just going to meet the sun. Because it's going to sound like I'm having an affair with the moon, and then I'm going to meet with the sun. So I was like, no,
two-timer.
I'm a two-timer apparently. So then I was like, no, it's like I get up in the morning, I meet the sun, and then we rise together
That's so cool.
I like that.
to
I love
shine. So I was like, oh, that's like the truth.
That's a
And then
perfect
also
saying.
metaphorically, I do that.
You should write a book.
Yes.
That's
We should put it in a poster. That is,
I like that.
you know, those
I like it
posters
a
that have all
lot.
those cool
Sayings.
sayings
Carmen-
and
Carmenza
stuff. That would
said-
be good.
Claudia said she loves it.
Mhm.
Carmenza said trademark it. I love it.
Yeah.
Eric says, Eric says he has a helpful contact to the Texas Department of Insurance to help navigate insurance issues. Ooh, we may need that one day. You
Yeah,
never
right?
know.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, on the show, we get always a little bit, right? So we talk a little bit about insurance, a lot of everything else. We always try to at least bring some Medicare education, but for the most part, we want to give our experiences that we go through, whether it's life advice or insurance advice or whatever you might have, or just bringing some laughter to you guys. But
Mhm.
that brightened my day when I heard that.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
That was like
I really,
really
it
good.
kind of made me want to wake up and go work out.
I was like, I need to
No, not
motivate
me,
myself.
but it was a great saying.
Or maybe I should just make a date with the sun. I mean, with the moon.
I
with
was
the
thinking how-
sun and mimosa or something, you know,
Right.
it's sunshine.
I was
yellow.
thinking like how this. I'm really trying to talk myself through this, guys, because I get up in the morning, my alarm goes
What
off, and
time?
I'm like, it's 5:30 in the
Ugh.
morning. I'm like, why am I doing this? And then I remind myself, just get up. You have this. You need to do this. You need this. It gets you through your day. And I'm walking, and I'm like, it's just me and my AirPods. And I usually listen to a podcast or I'm listening to music. And so I was like, oh, look at that. And I just came up with that this morning. But I do it also, and I share it with people because I really, truly think and love that. I think this goes for all of us in this room. I live to inspire other people. So whether that be through things that I've done in my past, things that I do now, and sometimes I give a lot of advice that I don't take, like when I was telling you should take a break. I'm always going to. Like I get home and I'm sleeping and I'm cooking and I'm cleaning.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to relax as well because I'm always going.
Yeah.
Right. So, but for me, like I really seek to inspire people. Like, how can we make a difference in the world? And
Right.
if I can make a difference in the world by just saying one thing to one person,
Yeah.
Exactly.
it can literally change their life. And in that, it'll change so many people's lives.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you're very
Exactly.
inspiring at the office because I know it's a lot of people here look up to you, especially everything
Oh,
that you
thanks.
do. And you're like, killer, of course.
You work hard.
You work really, really
Maria
hard.
Inez almost made me cry the other day on the call. She was like, oh my God, I want to be like you when I grow up. And I was like, oh my God,
Oh,
please
that's
stop.
right.
I literally teared up. I was like, oh my God. But I only got to where I was at because of Victoria and Sylvia. Like I will never take credit for myself. Like I think about all the women that have come before me and all the women that are still with me. And I'm like, damn, I'm surrounded by some bad A Peace. I think about my two best friends. I think about Victoria and Sylvia. I think about my sisters, my mom, and my grandmother, and all the women that have come before me that maybe they didn't get to where they wanted to be, but they made it a lot further than the women before them.
Yeah, and they inspired you.
Yes. So for me, it's like not just for women, but for men too. Like, what can we do to make a difference? Like, maybe we're not going to be best friends. Maybe you're not going to like me, but maybe I can bring you something and you can show me something.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I feel is our purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
In this
Good,
world.
Good. Yes.
And
Absolutely.
I'm happy to have the you guys by my side, because we're going to be building this sucker big time. And it's always good to have like-minded people that you can, and that goes for you guys that are like wanting to find people that maybe you don't have that on your side right now. Just there, it's out there. People, you know what I've learned is people that are successful, that are truly successful, not just monetarily, but in like mentally
yes.
too, right? They love to help others. That now we don't like to be taken advantage of, right? Nobody does. But what I've learned is anybody that's successful, whether they're a parent, a successful brother, sister, mom, dad, business owner, professional, whatever, successful, whatever that means to you. People like that always tend to want to help, truly want to
with
help.
nothing in return. They do it sometimes just for the kindness of their heart. And I think you've taught us that here in the office. I think it all really lives inside of us too, is that you give without expecting. So don't ever expect anything, and you should just always give. I've always known that. And sometimes, I have given too much of myself and it's bit me in the butt, but I try not to allow it to change me, right? Because people get burned and they're like, I'm not ever going to be like that because I don't want to get burned. But I think I learned not to ever lose that part of myself. So, because I don't want to ever stop being that person, like giving and contributing and learning. I think learning is what's most important. It doesn't matter what level that you get to.
Right.
You should never stop learning.
Yeah.
And think you know it all.
Oh, I learned from Brooke. She'll be like, and she's what? Brooke's, how are you now? You're already 17?
My God, 17?
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And she's amazing. She really is.
When did you turn 17?
Remember? We took her out to eat, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we do.
Top Golf, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so every day at the office when Brooke is here, or even Desiree or Adriana, they're a lot younger than I am, especially Brooke. She's only 17. But like, she'll teach me stuff about social media. She's like, oh, well, did you know we could just do this? I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, do that. Or like, she'll say, hey, what can I do to do better on this? I'm like, well, it looks good. And so like, I think like with her, like I learned stuff, and she's younger than me. So I'm not like, well, no, I know more because I've been in this business. And no, I try to take, like sometimes Adriana will be like, are you sure that's right? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, wait, no, you're right. You're right. Cause I have to like not have that ego, right? So a lot of times our ego gets the best of us, and we got to let that go.
Your ego is not your amigo.
Yes, I love that.
Ego is not your amigo.
I love that. Your ego is not, man. Hey, Adriana should be a spokesperson for
I'm
like,
a philosophizer, y'all.
But she's gonna trademark the philosophizer.
Yeah,
you're gonna make a book.
I should make a book, put a bunch of just random stuff. Yes. So you know how Victoria wants to make a book of all those funny sayings. I'm gonna make one, but like a different one, like a serious one. Maybe we can have like a compilation, like funny and then serious ones.
Yeah, or like for every funny, there's a sad.
Yes, or serious.
And then you'll be bipolar by the time you hit it.
You're like, I don't know what to feel. Happy or sad.
Happy or sad. God, dog it, girls. What are y'all doing to me?
She'll be.
That's hilarious.
Carmen says Adriana's on a roll.
I know.
It's all the walks in the morning. I'm getting inspired by nature.
By the sun.
She's been wanting. The other day, she's like, guys, we should go out like to like the outdoors, like get outdoors. I want to go camping. I want to do this. I want to go climb a mountain, whatever. I was like, dang, okay. She's like, Alaska. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm like, and so she's like, we should do an Alaskan trip for our top producer trip.
Yes.
In 2023.
I would love to do that.
Right.
My daughter just went up there.
I said, but that's a 2-week trip.
Yeah, we can do 1 week. Yeah, so I love the beach. I love the water, but I think I feel most inspired when I'm out in nature. And I didn't always used to like to be outside. When I was a kid, my mom will attest to this, and my sister too. I'd be like, oh, I don't want to go outside. I'm gonna smell like outside.
I love the outside.
And I'd come inside and I'd be like, oh, I smell like outside. That's gross. Now I got to take another shower. Like, so wasn't like a big fan of being outside. And now it's like, I love it. I need it.
Isabel says, I love that. Your ego is not your amigo.
Yeah.
Victoria's the one that brought that up.
What? No,
That-
you
yeah,
did.
no, you did. You brought it up a while back.
No, you did. And I was like, wow, that's good.
Oh, okay.
Because I said amigo is not your hero. And then you said, no, ego is not your hero. Or I don't know.
You said something.
You
we
said
should
it.
start writing these things down.
yeah, you have to.
No.
Yeah, but the point being too, like I mentioned, I won't ever take credit. Like I think it's very selfish to think somebody's self-made. I think when you recognize all those people, whether they be little or big, recognizing the people that help make who you are come
Mhm.
along the way. I had an employee, he gets like top producer for internet sales. And I have him on social media, and I commented and I'm like, hey, that's awesome. You're great. Like you've always been a great employee. You're a very hard worker.
Mhm.
And he commented back, he's like, you have a lot to do with this. You are the reason why I'm like
Mhm,
this. Like
mhm.
you're one of my favorites. And it really made my day because I'm like, wow, like that's awesome. At least I made a difference in somebody's life and they're carrying that on and they
Mhm.
remember the work ethic that I did it. You know, I'm like Victoria says she's mean, but I'm a hard ass. Like I'm a kind of person that I'm going to be really hard on you and then I'm going to love on you.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, what the hell's wrong with you? Oh, it's okay, but you can do this.
Yeah.
That's women, guys. Okay,
that's the bipolar in us.
So for those of you that are men, okay, still trying to understand your wives and your girlfriends, or if you're in the dating pool and you're trying to understand women,
Which you're never going to understand
let
women.
me give you some advice, okay? You're never gonna understand. 'Cause look, I'm a woman, okay? I'm a woman, and I'm married to a woman. For those of you that know, and I still don't understand women. I'm like, what did I do? What can I do better? Okay, what did I say wrong? What didn't I do? What, like, I'm just like, you know.
That's because you're not your
That's
typical
fine.
woman. You very much think like a man sometimes. And you said it, you're like, oh my God, it's funny because it's literally like, you'll be like, what, huh? Oh, I didn't pick up on that.
like-
Oh, you were sad. Oh, you were mad. I didn't pick up on that.
So raise your hand if you're a man, or love to comment or comment and say amen if you're a man and your wife says this to you. Did you hear me? Are you listening?
I tell that to my brother. He's living with me now. And I know he's thinking like, oh my God.
Oh God, here we go again. It's like when we were kids.
I'm like, because we're sitting down and we're talking and he gets the phone. That's like my biggest pet peeve. Get off the phone. We're having that conversation. And he's like this. I'm like, did you hear me? Did you hear me? He's like, yes. What did I say? I want him to repeat it.
That's hilarious.
And he's like, okay. I'm like, put the phone. I think we all do that.
Yeah.
Or my favorite one is where they make all the TikToks and the videos online when they're like,
Ooh.
if your wife ever says this, it's not okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
care. Do whatever you want. It's not a permission for you to do whatever you want.
So-
It means you should not do it.
Eric said the one I hate is it's fine.
It's not
yes.
fine.
It's
It is
never
not fine.
Eric, it's never going to be fine.
go to the store, buy some flowers.
and it still might not be fine after that.
No.
And then your wife gets mad for spending money on flowers.
Yes.
No, what the heck? Did you use the coupon I gave you?
Or what did you do that you have to buy flowers?
Oh, yeah.
The
What did
guilt
you do?
trip.
How'd you mess up?
I've used that myself.
No, my wife's not bad like that, but she will say, babe, did you listen to what I said? I'm like, yeah. And then
You're like, no, she doesn't.
You're on, no, you didn't hear me. Repeat word for word.
I
What
I think
you-
we
what I
all do
said.
that. My
Yeah.
daughter will talk to me. Did you hear me? Yes. I'm thinking, no, I didn't.
but in my defense, I do it to Adrienne and Sylvia.
She does
too.
oh
it to
yeah, but I'm
everybody.
used to her because I've
Nobody's
worked with her
exempt from this.
for a long time, and so
At first, I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's totally ignoring me and over me already. She
yeah,
wants to
sometimes
fire
she
me."
does.
And then, and then I realized that she would, because she would be, she's doing her email, she's running a company, and then
She does it to
I'd
everybody.
be talking to her, and then she'd be like, "Huh? What? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you." And I'm standing there like having a whole conversation with her.
and I'm in the corner laughing because
So,
I know she's not listening to
Already
her.
mental note. If she's in here and she's and she does not pick up her head after a second that I've been already running my mouth, that means walk
Okay.
away.
Okay, so if you really want to get my attention, this is how you do it, okay? Say, Victoria, can I have a minute to talk to you, please? Yes, and I will stop everything.
Or text her because I just texted her from my desk the other day.
I think Zach has learned that. Say, hey, Victoria, do you have a minute? I would like to talk. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, what's going on? And I think he
Look
learned
at
right
Zach
away.
being the smart,
Being smart.
smarty pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what I do. I'll come in mid sentence.
Says, now, so as Eric says, you can't buy apology flowers. I realized that. And then some of my comments are whatever. Isabel says some of my comments are whatever. And then Eric says, then you have to figure out when it's okay to buy flowers after you were in trouble. Okay, so I don't buy flowers when I'm in trouble. I just buy flowers just because.
The first time Lorenzo bought me flowers when he was in trouble was we had just moved out together. I had an iPod, right? And I lent it to him to use at work.
Was that 20 years ago?
This was like 20 years ago. And
I don't think they had it 20 years ago.
He comes home in the morning because he works overnight and he's like got flowers and a card. And I was like, what did you do? Oh, and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And he pulls out of his pocket a new iPod. And I was like, oh, thanks, but I already have one. He's like, no, you don't.
And then I bet you're like, God, I had all my favorite music on there.
And it was pink, and he didn't get me a pink one. He got me a silver one. Yeah, that happened.
Well, we mess up, right? Thank y'all. Priscilla says, thank y'all for my birthday song. Y'all are the best. Yes, we love to sing.
Yeah,
Yes,
we do.
We don't sing very well, but we love to sing.
Shooby-doo.
The still
She's
of the
tambourine.
night.
More cowbell.
More cowbell.
But yes, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Your best year yet, girl. You're gonna do it. You're gonna kill it.
Yes.
You're gonna do amazing things.
Well, this year is going by pretty fast.
It is. It's already August.
We're
Next
already
week.
coming up to the little bit of insurance we're going to talk about is we're already coming up to the annual enrollment period
Right.
in October, which is pretty much the last quarter of the year. So we are busy as agents going through certifications, all of our annual certifications, learning some of the new products, making sure we get in front of our current clients to make sure that they understand that there's gonna that we just got to get in front of people sooner because there's just so much information out there. But yeah, you guys that are seniors that are listening, we got a lot of listeners coming in from everywhere. But those of you that are seniors, just expect a lot of advertisement coming up these next few quarters.
Inundated with you get them at the senior center all the time, right?
Yes.
You get the bags of mail.
So we have once a month bag, bring me all your mail, because a lot of times they get so much stuff that they miss the important. Like I had one client that they dropped her from the Medicaid because
she forgot to fill out her form.
She forgot, and then she took me the mail, and she had to get reinstated 2 months ago.
Oh.
And she's like, I get so much stuff. I don't know. And even Texas Human Resources, they send them so much stuff that they're just opening. They're like, nah, I don't need this. I don't need this. So they do, aside from the calls and the commercials, and then if they're turning 65 during AP, which is October, November, I tell them they're going to get double. They're going to get for annual enrollment and for their birthday. So
double
they're
whammy.
Double whammy. Yeah.
Ooh,
So
we should make a no whammy game.
Yeah, we should.
Can't remember how it used to go.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't remember that game? It was like no whammies, no whammies.
Obviously not. Before, way after my time. I was just saying before my time.
What was in your time?
Oh, I'm not going to tell you. Just because
pull it.
What's that pyramid game?
The pyramid game.
What was that called?
What did we play?
Monopoly? No,
not marbles.
No, it was
and jacks.
We're not talking about board games. We're talking about talk shows, like Family Feud, no whammies, like all that kind of. I don't even know that was called no whammies. I'm sure there was a name of the show.
Let's make a deal.
Yeah, but that was not. That's in time. What was in your time?
I don't think that was in. I don't think that was.
Let's make a deal back then.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A lot of these new ones, they're just remade. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, calm down.
I think they had like Johnny Carson and those kinds of things. There
But
wasn't
but he
really
was
a
a
lot of
talk
game
show.
shows. I think there were a lot of talk shows and like comedy hours.
Yeah.
There wasn't that many game shows
No,
until The
there-
Price is Right.
Yeah, The Price is Right was around. They've been around for years and years too, and they just remade it again.
Were you in the time of Soul Train?
Yes.
Yeah,
I can answer that question.
I
for
was
her.
more of a hippie. I used to like,
Soul
Go to
Train's-
Woodstock.
yeah, that.
There's
if I
gonna
was,
be a
if I was
huge-
younger, if I was older, I would have gone. But yeah, Soul Train a little bit.
No?
I was more,
More like Carol King. What's her name?
yeah, Carol King.
Yeah.
Janis
Stevie
Jop-
Nicks.
Is it Janis
Janis
Joplin?
Joplin.
Oh, do y'all know
Joplin.
Stevie Nicks is going back on tour?
Again, I've seen her several times, and it's always been the last one.
Oh,
You
like
know,
George Strait.
just-
George Strait's always like, this is the last tour.
Elton
This is the
John.
last tour.
I've
Hey.
seen 2 of Elton John's last shows. And then my sister called me a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to Elton John. I'm like, no, he retired like 10 years ago. Well, this is for sure his last one.
For sure.
For sure.
I wish I would have seen. I would give anything
To see whom?
to see Tina Turner, like in her prime,
Yeah.
like when she was like.
Well, you might with the
She's
technology that's
still-
going on out there. What is it? The hologram?
No, but I want to see like front row.
She still
Those
looks
things-
good though.
I know,
She
right?
looks amazing.
Those legs.
So hey,
Yeah.
we went to a Cher concert. Well, unfortunately, that concert she had broke her ankle or something, so she wasn't moving around. But she's in her 70s and
Yeah.
she's still
She looks amazing.
jumping around and doing all like
That's
whatever.
the way Tina Turner. She looks amazing
Oh,
for her.
man.
She's
They don't
in
make
her
them like that
70s,
anymore.
I get.
Mm-mm.
Well, they do right here.
Yeah. Well, singers now.
I know. Just have to
Man,
put
Well,
that
you
in.
are from that time, so that's what I mean. They don't
That's
make
true.
them like you
That's
anymore.
true.
yeah.
Not
That's what I
at all.
meant. That's what I meant.
Sylvia's generation is a very sensitive generation.
Oh, we are.
Hey, my dad was probably in his 40s. We were talking about this the other day, and we had neighbors that were probably like, I don't know, 17 years old. And he used to play football with them in the street
Yeah.
and kick their butt.
Yeah.
I think it's just, and he's of that generation. And I just
Mhm.
think they don't make them like that anymore. A
Yeah.
lot of my clients are still
Mm.
working and they're in their 70s. And it's just like, they're like, I just want to keep working.
Yeah,
I
have-
want to keep moving. I like the whole work, like their work ethic is like
Amazing. I have several seniors. I have one senior who's 89 and he goes in every day and cuts hair. He's a barber.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep. And he looks fantastic. He does not look, I mean, he's not ready to retire. He's like, I'm not going to retire
Mm-mm.
until I have no choice. My dad worked till his 80s.
Wow.
He was an electrician. My brother had retired him a little bit, but he still got up every morning and put on his belt,
Well,
even though he didn't work, but still.
I will say we have about, I won't say who, what, but we have
Who,
about,
what, when, where?
we have about 4 agents on our team
Mhm.
that are over the age of 65 that are my biggest hustlers on the team. They hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And y'all know who y'all are.
And they don't even
Isabel-
look their age either. They look really
Isabel says
good.
I'm a senior and still working. Yeah. Yeah. So, those, I mean,
It was a different generation back
Well,
then.
now today's generation, they just want to post a bunch of videos and make money off of it.
Yes.
And that's great because Gary Vee talks about it, but there's a strategy that you have to have, like have a game plan, be intentional about, like, if you're going to do it, you better be the best damn video maker out there.
and they're not all going to make it.
No,
you
they're not
know,
all
and
going to
so
make it.
They're
No.
not. They're thinking we're going to make it, and they have nothing to fall back on at
No.
all. And then guys, you're in your 20s, you're great. You think everything's going to be fine and dandy,
Mm-mm.
and
Let me
next
tell you,
thing
you get
know,
old.
next thing you know, you're in your 30s and late 30s and 40s, and you realize,
And the
hey,
next thing you know, you're 60.
yes, and then this little video thing you thought was going to make you millions of dollars is not going to work. That's her.
for some people, but I will say technology is
No,
pretty,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's what I'm saying is that obviously that piece is not going to go away, but
Right.
to say that, that's going to be your everybody's going to make a living because everybody does that now.
Mm-mm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Doing that. And that's great. I think it's, I didn't think I'd be selling insurance, now when I was younger, but now I know like it is something I'd like to do for the rest of my life.
Mhm.
I enjoy it. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy everything about it.
the process.
Yeah, the
whoa,
process.
Whoa.
We lost an earring, everybody.
Is there a ghost in here stealing
My
earrings?
earrings are always.
Sylvia always loses her earrings.
That's
What?
true.
I dropped one of these the other day and it sat in my yard for probably 2-3 days, and they're different colors from the sun.
Is there a day that it goes by that you don't put earrings
No.
on? I've never not like this is the first time I've never seen you not wear earrings.
I take them off when I go to the gym because
okay.
I'll go
sauna.
You know, guess
sauna,
what?
and they get really hot and my ears are burning, so I have to take them off.
Fun fact about me is I don't have my ears pierced.
What?
Can I pierce them?
I did not know that.
Can I pierce them? I pierced my own ears when I was
Are you
15.
serious? And you have no desire to get them pierced?
I had them pierced one time in my life, and
Can I
I was
pierce
about
them?
16 years old. I was in sports, and I was in softball, and of course, I was a little rebel back then. And I'd like to slide into the base and all that, right? So anyway, one time I was sliding into home.
Were you sliding with your ear?
When you sliding
no,
into
I was
home
sliding
and
into
you,
home.
what's that sound?
And the catcher to hit me out when I was sliding, they hit my helmet and it pushed again, and then the little thing got like it.
Oh.
So, but even at that, my ears are so small that I think they get. I can't do it.
Can I?
I
pierce
hate
them?
needles. I hate needles.
Yeah, she does.
I can't like. That's why I don't have any tattoos. Otherwise, I'd probably be tatted up.
Oh no, I can't do that. You're right.
But I can't do needles. I just can't. I even hate getting blood work. Like I can't. I don't like to get.
I don't mind. My mom used to make fun of us when me and my cousins would go get our shots. We'd get in line, be like, okay, we're next. Who's next?
Oh God.
Let's just get this over with. I just want to get this over with.
So I pierced mine, and my friend Wendy Dinkler, Rosemary Saltarelli, and Terry. I forgot Terry's last name.
This sounds like a TV show.
They were my best
my
friends.
dad
and-
says
on
the
the
same
13th.
thing, and he's like, he says these names, and Lorenzo's always making fun of him. He's like, are these friends real? Like they sound like they're
It was Wendy Dinkler, Rosemary Saltarelli, Terry. I forgot her last name, but we pierced our own ears one day.
Did y'all all wear pink jackets?
Yes. I think I still have it. I'm gonna bring it next week.
That's hilarious.
So were y'all the original pink ladies?
Yes, we were. What is it from Greece? What were they
Yes, from
called?
Greece. Yeah, they're the pink ladies.
So we got a little high, and we went and got ice and needle and a thread, and we pierced each other's ears.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And I still have them.
My aunt was she pierced, I think she pierced my ears. She pierced, oh no, my mom pierced mine. She pierced Brooke's ears. I think she pierced my niece's ears. My aunt's the one
With
that
the needle?
with
Yeah,
the needle.
that's
Yeah.
what we did.
You just burn it and then
Mhm.
pop it in.
Whoa.
No avocado. No avocado. No alcohol.
No,
I said avocado.
No, they burn
No
it. with that
alcohol.
to
We
burn
didn't
it, yeah.
sterilize it, just to burn those.
Oh God.
Wow.
Fun
Well-
times. Fun times.
Well,
Yeah.
guys, we're coming up to the end of the show.
Are we though? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Do you guys have any questions for us or anything like that?
Do you have any Medicare questions?
Any
for
Medicare
us?
questions for us? She pierced Emma's too. Ooh.
Yeah.
Very
she's-
brave, Claudia.
I took Alyssa to get her ears pierced and then they fell out. And then we
Wait,
never did it again.
Her ears fell.
Her ears fell off. They fell off. The earrings fell off. And then we never took her back again. And then Maddie doesn't have her ears pierced. So I could take her.
And she
But
doesn't want them.
I'm
or-
sure she does. You have to be very careful where
Yeah,
you take them. Because
nowadays.
I've heard some really bad
You
experiences.
got to be careful where you take them, so you do it at home, DIY.
Yes, with the needle and fire
Okay, first of all, Victoria,
and
you're
alcohol.
talking about a generation of people who used to get together to get chicken pox from each other. Like,
That is true.
like, come on. Like, this is not. And then, if you were to say that now, they'd be like, oh my God, no, you can't do that.
Uh-huh.
So it's like you lived in a generation where people stayed
Things
out.
were different.
Yeah, they were just very different. So yeah.
I remember getting chicken pox and getting
Hey,
that.
$5.
Oh.
Look at that.
What was that pink stuff? It was like
Camel, the camel.
yeah, it would. Yeah, I know. What
Yeah,
you,
I'm just talking about.
it was.
Yeah,
put
when
it-
you got chicken pox.
you put it.
I
on
got
like-
My mom
chicken
used to
pox when
have
I was
that in our house all the
18.
time.
I was 18 and it was
Wow.
Easter morning. I woke up and everybody went to Easter party and I stayed home and watched the 10 Commandments. I don't know why I always remember that. I had that pink calamine. Is that what it's called?
Calamine.
All over me. I was all alone at home. Nobody wanted to be near me.
Aw,
They're like, don't go
that's
near
so
her. She
sad.
has a chicken pox.
And every time I see the 10 Commandments, I always think about chicken pox.
You naturally start scratching like
Yes.
you're like, oh, I don't know why.
it was horrible.
Oh, that stinks.
Which 10 Commandments is that? The one with
Charleston Heston.
That's
a
Yes,
good
that's the
one.
best. That's the best. There's no other one. as
Yeah,
good
that
as
is a
him.
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the one where like the guy turns into a snake and then the
Mhm.
wine?
I haven't seen
Yul
that one.
Brynner.
Yeah, I liked watching that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was good. And then back then there was no rewind, so I had to sit there and watch it all.
And you can't fast forward commercials
Nope.
or anything.
Back then was none of that. 3 channels, I believe.
Like I told the girl the other day, I was like, man, I remember when I used to make calls from the payphone, and then Desiree and Brooke proceeded to harass me for the next 5 minutes about it. What do you mean? You made a call from the why? Who were you calling? Why were you calling them from a payphone? I'm like, yeah, girl, I had to make calls from a payphone. I'm sorry, okay?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Those were the days where you had to have quarters.
Yes.
Yes.
Like you could not be without quarters.
And she was like, well, what if they call you back?
You
And
can
I'm like,
call,
yeah, they could call you back. You just have to stand by the payphone
Yes.
to wait for them to call you
you
back.
can do collect calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys know I used to be an operator?
Nuh-uh.
When somebody dialed 0, I would connect them to their location.
I could totally see you doing
So
that.
I was a telephone operator at Kelly Air Force Base.
Oh, really?
I don't want to brag, but I was, but I
Is it the
am.
time where you go deep.
Exactly. That was exactly what it is. Yes.
Get
I
out
swear to God.
Mine
I
was
swear to God.
mine was for new school.
No. This was the old school. It was at Kelly Air Force Base. And I worked there while I was in high school in my junior and my senior year. And I was the first employee of the month that was a student. I was in the newspaper and the general took a picture with them because every month I had an employee of the month. But I was
just
a
really
child.
fast.
Yeah.
And you were like doing that.
And back then it's so funny because back then they would call and they would say, I want General so-and-so. And we would
Ooh.
have to, I would know all these area codes and phone numbers. Like I would just know them because I did it for so long and I was just so quick
Ah.
with numbers. And so I was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you I wish you
But
had
we
pictures.
did. And you know what? I was telling my daughter, she's like, do you have any pictures? I go, no. And Kelly's closed. So I don't know where I could find that picture of me.
Oh,
in the
that would-
archives
know?
somewhere in the newspaper. If it was in the newspaper, you could find
It was
it.
at
It's like-
Kelly's newspaper.
I wonder
'cause
if-
they had the news. They had.
That's
But
cool.
that
That's
was
pretty
so
cool.
cool. Yeah. I was so proud.
Please hold. Please
Yeah.
hold. Tick, 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 tick. Have you seen Mrs. Maisel?
No.
Until you would like that show.
bet-
That remind me of that.
But there's a show called Cable Girls, and it reminds me of that. And they're like, I think it's set in Spain, and they do
Yeah.
they're called
It was
Cable
cool.
Well,
Girls.
mine was
It
not
was
as
really
cool.
cool.
Mine was on a keyboard.
Boo.
And I just-
Oh, no.
Beep. How can I? Yes. How can I? Thank you for calling the operator. How can I help?
Is that how you really answered the phone
No,
in that
we say
voice?
Kelly Air Force Base operator 21 was my number.
I remember.
Oh.
Yeah, we had to give him a number.
I remember when I used to work in the call, like when I was like 16. Hopefully, y'all don't judge me for this, but when I was an operator at a specific company, I was only 16, first job. Thought I was making the big bucks. I was making $6.25 back then. I was
Damn.
like, dang, and that was a lot because I was over minimum wage.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, I was with the company for a little bit, and then of course I was started to hang around with bad people. Kids, don't hang around with people that are not good for you. Well, one day I was like, I'm not going to take calls because it was late, so I started answering and hanging. It was call, cancel, release. That's what I remember. It's call, cancel, release, call, cancel. So you accept the call, cancel the
Great.
call, release the call, right? So I wasn't taking, so it's like call, cancel, release. So I kept doing that. Well, we have a monitor. And-
busted.
And it says monitor 1, 2 something. And I was like, crap, because there was quality assurance. People would listen into our call.
Did
She's
you
like,
not know that?
Screw this.
Well,
She's
yeah,
like,
but it was
"Call,
like at
cancel,
11
release."
o'clock at night. So I'm like, nobody's gonna be listening, training, quality assurance my calls. So when you see the little red thing, I was like, oh man, I'm
Oh.
fired.
Did they
I'm
fire
too-
you?
They fired me. I was like, crap.
Turn it your keyboard. You're done.
Your keyboard. Did you have a headset?
Yeah, we had headsets, and I was like, when I saw that red call, because I knew, I was like, I'm done. Pack your bags.
The red bat phone.
Hey, you know, I think I'm gonna start monitoring calls around here. That would be good.
Yeah, I would like some feedback on my
should.
calls. I actually don't mind that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
am open to criticism, constructive criticism.
Uh,
I wasn't always a big receiver of that, but then there's some truth to it. Like
Oh,
when
yeah.
people give you feedback, even when it's coming from somebody who's being nasty and ugly, you may or may not, right? You could be like, oh, she's being a witch, or you could be like, oh, maybe there's some truth to that. But
And then you walk away and then you think, you know what? There was some truth. Maybe she was right.
yeah, or maybe
know?
she's just a
bit-
hey, this is a PG show.
I said I beeped it out.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh.
Nowadays, you can say that word you hear it on television
have to-
all the time.
Guys, we're way over.
Okay.
But you know what? You have to put the warning at the top that says TVMA, blah, blah, blah. And there's like a long list of all these things.
Okay.
Let's hope.
I've never seen that.
They have it on Netflix. They show it.
Well, guys, we are over the 11 o'clock hour. We want to thank you so much for always joining in every Friday, Central Standard Time, 10 a.m. We love to interact. We love when it's, when we're commenting and engaging with you guys. Sometimes we talk about non-insurance, right? Today we really didn't talk about insurance, but yeah, we just want to thank you so much for always sharing the show, liking the show, supporting us and our show, and we're continuing to grow, and hopefully we will grow this show really big to where
Not hopefully, we will.
yeah, we will.
Mhm.
Because I kind of want to be like that way they have those like cool
Yeah, we're gonna change the setup.
Oh, look, Isabel said, Sylvia, I worked at Kelly Air Force Base. I was a child development director for the building 68 and building 141.
I'm going to call you when we get off.
Ooh,
We
they're
We're
need
gonna
to get our
talk.
hands on that article because I
I
want to
need
see
that article.
little 16-year-old Sylvia with her little with her cable going.
I know. I don't know if they took the picture with my little headphones. That would be cool. I've been wanting to get that picture.
Oh man, that'd be
That'd be
so cool.
Yeah, we should see if we can get our hands on that.
Well, guys, I appreciate y'all hanging in there with us. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great weekend.
Yes. Have a great weekend. We won't be here next week. We are going to be in Cancun.
Cancun.
Yes, they will be in Cancun. I'll be here holding down the fort. I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually don't mind being alone in the office.
I know. Carmenza was like, babe, do you think Adriana's gonna get FOMO? I said, actually, I think she's gonna enjoy the office
She's gonna
all
be
to
all
herself.
happy.
It's funny because I don't get FOMO. I really enjoy solitude. That's why I get all my great sayings and
All her
in the
great
mornings.
thoughts.
All
her
my
great
great
thoughts.
thoughts. I feel like I work. I don't mind. I used to work with a lot of people, and honestly, I don't mind it at all.
Oh no,
I
I like
enjoy
all the
it.
craziness and
I like working
rush.
alone as well.
My favorite color is blue. I like sunshine.
Oh,
and
happy
walks on
birthday
the
to
beach.
Jonah as well. But Jonah's tomorrow, right?
who's Jonah?
My nephew. So get this, my sister's birthday, that's today. I know
Uh-huh.
we keep saying we're gonna go, but we'll, it's
more
our
thing,
show. We
that's
can
it.
keep doing whatever we want, right?
True.
So my mom says, happy birthday to Jonah. Jonah's my nephew. Jonah is Priscilla's son. When Priscilla, it was her birthday, I think the day before her birthday, I believe they admitted her to the hospital probably the night before. Well, her son, she was already going into labor, but she was going into early labor because my nephew was a preemie. And so I was like, man, he's going to have the same birthday as you. Well, he was born like a day after. Yeah. So anyway, he was like this tiny, and now he's like,
You know what? The smallest
Huge.
babies grow up to be the tallest
Yeah,
kids.
he's
My
tall.
cousin is a giant.
how
who's a
tall
preemie.
is Jonah? He's like, so my nephew's 11.
And
How
he's
tall is Jonah?
Taller than you.
He's taller than me.
Holy
He's almost as
Wow.
tall. I think he's like 5'8",
guacamole.
5'7". Is Priscilla still on? I don't know. He's taller than me because I know when I hug him, I'm not like, it's
Yeah.
kind of like, hey, because he's taller than me. Happy birthday, Jonah. Is Jonah watching?
Happy birthday,
Jonah.
Happy birthday, Jonah. 5'7". I got it right.
Holy
Wow.
moly.
Oh, he's gonna be tall.
5'7".
So
Yeah.
you're good with heights. You're just bad with time.
Yeah, I'm bad with time, good with heights.
She's like, yeah, there was a man. I don't know. Maybe it was yesterday. Maybe it was today, but he was about 5'10".
Oh no. Or 5'8". Still, that's
That's
tall.
still
That is
tall.
pretty
Tall
tall.
for 11-year
Mhm.
Yeah.
old. That's tall.
That's tall.
All right, guys. Well, now we are for sure done. Remember, catch us every Friday at 10 a.m.
Yes.
Except next week.
Okay, after that, for sure, every Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, after that, for sure, pretty much every Friday because
Unless we go on vacation, then we'll have to revisit.
I don't
know-
think we'll be on vacation for the next few
No,
months.
that's it.
There's no
no,
vacation time.
no, yeah, no more vacations for me after that. Unless it's like a weekend. or
maybe in
something.
December. Vegas.
Well, Sylvia and I might get a little itchy to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
So
Y'all get itchy every year to go to Vegas.
yeah, and we
Yeah,
haven't gone this
we
year.
haven't gone.
Well, aren't we going to go in April?
No, we're
When-
gonna go in December.
Oh,
the
in-
8th.
oh
We could go
yeah.
in April. Yeah.
No, that's for something else in April.
Oh yeah, Medicare Con.
Yeah.
Medicare Con.
Con's
Yes,
in
we
April,
will be
yeah.
at
But,
Medicare Con.
I like to go right after AP. Just for
Oh,
like
yeah,
2
yeah, yeah.
days, just to.
Yeah, yeah.
Relax,
We'll
you
go.
know.
Okay.
We'll
I
do
mean,
it.
we still have the rest of December, but for like 2 days, just to.
We like to spend our money
decompress.
before it comes in.
Yeah,
We're just those type of people.
with those type of gals.
we like to be risky, you
Yeah.
know. But happy birthday to all my people out there. If you had birthdays in August or July, happy birthday. Sylvia had a birthday.
It's over. Thank you.
Did we ever
will
sing-
see you.
did
No,
we ever sing
thank
happy
you, and we
birthday?
will
Didn't
see
sing
you
her
in
happy
2 weeks.
You know what we should do?
We should sing her
happy birthday.
Happy
No,
birthday,
no.
happy birthday.
Are you trying to do a Marilyn Monroe thing over there?
No, I was trying to do like a mix, like a happy.
Like a-
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Y'all have a great weekend.
she's not like
Okay,
talk about her birthday.
Guys, for real, we're leaving now. Have a great weekend.
For
We
real,
love
for
you.
real.
We'll see you not next Friday, but the week after that. Have a great, great, great day. Bye.
Bye.